Return to Planet Cash. Phil Burnell sat tightly strapped in a shimmering spacecraft, its metallic surface reflecting the ambient glow of distant stars. As he peered out of the viewport, memories flooded back. Memories of a world that was both familiar and unsettling. Planet Cash, a realm of extravagant wealth and glimmering treasures, beckoned him home, yet the thought of his arrival filled him with dread. The spacecraft landed with a smooth thud, and the hatch flung open to reveal a bustling marketplace filled with vibrant, money-hungry aliens. They swarmed around him, their elongated bodies and tentacle-like appendages eyeing him expectantly. Phil took a deep breath. He had not set foot on his home planet in over a decade, and despite the excitement in the air, his heart raced with uncertainty. Suddenly, a towering alien with shimmering blue skin and golden dollar signs tattooed across its face approached him. "Phil Burnell," it boomed, its voice echoing like a cash register ringing in the night. "Why do you wear that skin suit instead of your rightful pigskin?" Phil's heart sank. The cheap synthetic fabric of his Earth clothes felt constricting and false against this vivid alien backdrop. "Oh, well, you see," he stammered, feeling the sweat gather at his brow. In a moment of panic, he blurted out, "It's all Kat's fault. She insisted I wear this. You know how humans are, right?" The alien's eyes narrowed, the golden symbols flickering ominously. "Kat? The one who takes your money?" It tilted its head, processing the information. "So, you blame your wife for disrespecting our customs?" "Yes. Well, sort of." Phil realized he had dug a grave for himself. "But I swear I'll make it right. Just give me a chance." The alien's stony expression softened for a brief moment before hardening again. "Very well. You will complete a mission for Planet Cash, and only then can you earn your place and riches here." Phil gulped. "What kind of mission?" "The sacred pig stick has been lost," the chief alien said. "Legends say it grants untold wealth and respect to its possessor. Retrieve it from the gloomy caverns, and you will not only redeem your disgrace, but you will also be showered in limitless riches." Phil nodded slowly, uncertainty etching his features. The gloomy caverns were notorious, filled with dark traps and cunning illusions. "And if I fail?" "Your fate will be determined by the highest level," it replied ominously, waving a tentacle dismissively. Once released into the outer world, Phil set off toward the caverns, his heart pounding. The landscape shifted from the lively marketplace to a more subdued area, where the ground seemed to slink away beneath his feet, as though the world itself was in on a sinister secret. Shadows loomed, and the air thickened with an eerie quiet. After what felt like hours of trekking through the treacherous terrain, he reached the entrance to the gloomy caverns. He inhaled deeply, steeling himself for the dark abyss that lay ahead. Moving cautiously, he stepped into the yawning mouth of the cavern, where the darkness swallowed him whole. Inside, the air crackled with tension. As Phil navigated the winding paths, he encountered twisting illusions that tried to confuse his senses. Images of wealth danced before him, gold coins, sparkling jewels, and the smiling faces of his wife and children, beckoning him to turn back. But he pressed on, determined to prove himself. After deciphering the illusions with a mix of logic and stubbornness, he found himself in a grand chamber. At the center, encased in a shimmering light, rested the sacred pig stick. It emanated power, and Phil could feel its pull. Just as he reached out to grab it, shadowy figures emerged from the walls, guardians of the stick. "Who dares approach the sacred artifact?" the figures thundered in unison. Phil, with his heart pounding and desperation overriding fear, shouted, "I do. I need this to restore my honor and wealth." The guardians paused, sensing his sincerity. "Prove your worth," one declared, extending a shadowy arm. "Answer our riddle, and the stick shall be yours." With a determined brain, Phil listened intently and answered the riddle correctly. As soon as he spoke the last word, the guardians faded, and the light surrounding the sacred pig stick intensified, engulfing him in warmth. He seized it, feeling an instantaneous rush of energy coursing through him. With the pig stick in hand, Phil returned to Planet Cash with newfound confidence. The chief alien awaited him, and as Phil presented the sacred artifact, a wave of murmurs surged through the crowd. The chief grinned, revealing rows of sharp teeth. "You have done well, Phil Burnell. You have reclaimed your honor and secured your place among us." In that moment, Phil felt a sense of belonging wash over him. The treasures of Planet Cash opened up to him like the petals of an alien flower, and he realized that the riches were not just about the material wealth. It was about friendship, loyalty, and redemption. As he stood before the cheering aliens, Phil knew he had won not only the battle against doubt but also the respect of his fellow beings on Planet Cash. And maybe, just maybe, he could even convince Kat of the wonders that awaited them both in this vibrant alien world.